Live from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. Welcome to another late night edition of Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Tonight the Bruins hit the stage and they're under the bright lights in LA as they take on the Los Angeles Kings in a Friday night show you will not want to miss. Some of the curved glass after he got spun around. Huskudinov crashes in. Bruins with a steal. Geekie couldn't squeeze off the shot. Wrap around. It never got just inside the post as Steves gets it back. Steves shoots wide. Kuemper taking a look. Geekie trying to swipe it. Geekie with 2 goals to start this trip in Anaheim, both on the power play. And now LA settles it down.
Like we talked about Pete keeping plays alive with the previous line. And then the Geekie combination comes out. They create the turnover. Steves makes the steal, finds Geekie open right at the top of the paint. There's the good body contact by Huskudinov. And then Morgan Geekie tried to handle that puck forehand, backhand, and then throw it up high, short side, block the side, but missed on his backhanded attempt, but it went right to Steves, who tried to wrap around. Kuemper had to get across.
And sent out in front, and it's chipped just wide by Moore. And I think we're going to have an infraction here.
Yeah, they're calling a high stick on Andrew Peeke. Caught Deneau in the face. They try for the bumper redirect. The puck's going to go wide on the short side. No, he wasn't down in the position yet. I stand corrected. Yeah, Peeke got his stick up a little too high, too quick. Catches Deneau up high. 5-on-3. We've seen this recently.
Here's Kuemper. Left of the net. Kuzmenko. Now Kopitar. Kuzmenko. Across. Swayman read it. Stopped it with the glove hand.
You know, it's really difficult to prevent the seam pass. I know the Bruins did an awesome job of preventing that, whether it was in Montreal or Ottawa, it doesn't really matter. But when you get in these situations, the seam passes are a lot easier in a 5-on-3. I know the Bruins can keep it as tight as they can, keep that triangle the way they want it, but good playmakers will make that seam pass, and if you can get your goaltender and make those kinds of stops, that goes a long way.
Zacha sent out in front. Blumel couldn't one time at home. He was all by himself. Pastrnak trying to snag it. Fogel coughed it up. Pastrnak shoots. Kuemper the save. Wasn't sure where it was. Didn't want to move. And then the puck dropped down and he covered.
Well, when Pastrnak initially had the puck in the corner, he felt like he got his hands hooked trying to handle that puck. He looked around, turned around. The ref wasn't going to get the call. But then the Bruins stay with it, keep the play alive. And then Pastrnak ends up with the puck on the short side. And I don't think Kuemper realized it was there. See if we can get a look at it. He thought he got hooked right there. He didn't like it. But then Zacha's able to retrieve that puck, and good positioning, I would say, by Kuemper, not knowing where that puck was going to end up.
Kopitar, the all-time leader in games played in Kings history. Warren, Peeke up the wall. This won't get out. Nearly tipped out in front by Kuzmenko and bottled up by Swayman. And now Swayman having a word for Kuzmenko and gets out of the fray.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Boston to get the wraparound up the wall. Unfortunately for Morgan Geekie, he couldn't corral it. Usually really good in those situations, but it's going to get by the blade of his stick, and the Kings hang in there. They don't vacate the offensive zone prematurely, and leads to a shot from that left point. Swayman able to smother it. And the one before that was Steves on the other side of the ice.
Fiala dangles around a couple of checks. Up top, Anderson shoots. Swayman able to slide over through the screen and hold on to it.
We talked about the lack of being able to break the puck out in the last 5 or 6 minutes in that loss against Anaheim. This is what it should look like. This is a face-off of the defensive zone. Good win by Kaslik. D-to-D behind the net. Look where the forward is posting up. Nice and low. Direct pass. Now you hit the weak side defenseman jumping into the play. I mean, that's textbook. Tape to tape. Right decision, right time to the right people. Everyone where they're supposed to be. Makes it look easy.
It's banked in. Pass was intended for Huskudinov, but it was behind him. Geekie trying to hold it in. It trickles out. The Bruins can't get command of it. And it's whacked into the Bruins zone. Lindholm's on it. 5 seconds left here in the period. Dumoulin Had it skipped by his glove all the way down. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes here in Los Angeles. And we are scoreless. And now Yoki Harju floated one over the stick of Blumel. Out at center ice, Zacha got a piece of a pass. You get a 2-on-1. Kopitar shoots. Swayman the stop. Kopitar with goals in each of his last two. Here's Pasternak. Hits the brakes. Waiting for a little help. Lindholm sent it across. Pasternak at the point. Watched by Kuzmenko. Backhands, backdoor. And Lindholm denied by Kuemper. Maybe his best save of the night.
Real good look by David Pasternak. Had his legs going on this shift.
Moore delayed for a second, now brings it in. Send it around, Kopitar. Raked it back of the net, Kuzmenko. Oh, behind the play. Kopitar went down, and now Moverari got involved with Kuraly. Zadorov in the middle of the mix. Everybody coming together in the far circle. Kuraly wants to pull Trevor Moore out of the pack. The linesman won't let him do it.
It was one of those calls. Are you going to call it or not? Are you not going to call it? And then the arm decided to go up when Kuraly was along the wall in a battle with Kopitar. And I think Kuraly wanted to take someone with him once he knew the penalty was going against Boston. Not sure he was successful.
So everybody's retrieved their sticks and gloves. And we'll see what gets issued here, as Kuraly is the only guy heading to the box right now.
Boston 52 has 2 minutes for tripping and a 10-minute misconduct.
Drilled over to the near side, Fiala, hard pass to handle. Back of it at Perry. Trying to walk his way out in front. Stolen by Lindholm, but he couldn't pop it out. I think he hit one of his own guys in the slot. Fiala into the slot. Back to Fiala. Holds and waits. Up top, Kuemper. Fiala shoots off the post. Swayman reaches back. They still battle for this puck. And it squirts to the Bruins, and down it goes.
Kuemper able to find Fiala. There's the drive. It's in behind Swayman. It's on the goal line. Kastelic trying to pull it out. Lindholm trying to pull it out. Off the post, off the backside. Lindholm gets a piece. Back off the blocker. The hand of Swayman. Kastelic's there. Then it pops up as Kopitar's taking a swipe at it. Came out the other side.
Kustadinov. Fast break pass in off Kuemper. Tufte shoots off the crossbar. Kustadinov rims it around just out of the ice. Aspero down the wall quickly. Kustadinov. He'll roll it up high. Now Zadorov. Kustadinov shoots. Tracked down by Asimov. Send it out in front. Stick saved by Kuemper, and he dives on that loose puck.
Oh, what a creative play by Kustadinov. He's got the puck. He's around his own blue line. He's looking to make a play. What's my best chance? So if I go hard cross corner, he probably didn't have the angle with some of the traffic out in front of him. So he throws that bouncer, which is difficult for a goaltender to handle. And he knows that Tufte's going to get to it first because of the timing and the positioning of where Tufte was and where Kustadinov had the puck. They got exactly what they wanted, and it was a really good effort, an athletic move by Tufte to just chip it far side over the block and hit the crossbar.
Here's Kustadinov. He'll speed his way in. Pasternak shoots off the post. Bruins are all around it. They just haven't been able to finish. And now Perry chopped it to the near side. Here's Clark, giving a little room. Drops and drives. LaFerriere into the slot. Swayman the save, the rebound. Swayman stopped that. Peak may have saved the goal. And this puck is frozen, and we got some more action in the right circle.
Yeah, Brent Clark went diving in with his stick. The Bruins didn't like it because they felt like Swayman had the puck, and they were waiting for the whistle, and it wasn't coming. That's why Clark goes in there. tell you, more ice time for Hustadinov. A, he's earning it. B, you got Corrali in the box for the extra 10. You get a look at this rush 3-on-2. Bruins got caught 3 deep. Pasternak went in. He was the third guy high. They passed by him, and it was a 3-on-2. They need Swayman to come up with a big save in that transition. But Hustadinov, he picked this puck up. I got open space in front of me. I'm going to carry till I'm challenged. He sets up Pasternak, fresh off the bench. He just rips it, drags, snap, blocker side, post and out.
Zacha. They'll throw it in softly. Kings are going to look to make some changes. Bruins the same. 15 seconds left here in the period. Ceci slowly ahead. Guides it in. Deno. Sent it out in front, just wide, looking for a backdoor tip. 5. Here's Clark. Spins. Moore. Shoots into the slot. Clark. And the horn sounds just as he uncorked that wrister. Swayman and Kopitar having a friendly discussion out in front. We're through 40 minutes, Brick, and we are scoreless.
Swayman didn't want to go out and play it, although he might have thought about it. And then Aspro went to get it from the long side, and now you lose possession.
Here's Kuzmenko up top. Ceci a long drive. Swayman the stop. Rebound out in front. Kopitar couldn't finish. Now Kuzmenko shoots. Swayman scrambled over. Made that stop. He's without a stick. Kings still have it in the zone. Pressuring now. Moverari shoots wide. Kuzmenko gets a return feed from Kopitar. The Kings captain. Kuzmenko back of the net. Moore. Poke check by Janot. Board battle down low. Pulled out of there by Janot.
Only one word to describe that shift in the Bruins defensive zone. Chaos. I mean, that was chaos. Here's that little chip in, and Asborough thought that Swayman was going to play it. So he was going around the other side for a little chip by the goaltender. Now the puck gets back into the paint. It gets popped up into the air. Everybody's taking a swing at it. The Bruins can't get possession. And they're doing everything they can. This is the initial save. Now that puck's loose. I mean, Kopitar's been all around it all night long. A couple of in-tight chances for the LA captain. Can't just seem to find the back of the net. That's one of the reasons we stand 0-0. But that was just chaos in front of Swayman. Well, we said opportunities at both ends. Here's a 2-on-1 short-handed. Minton, Zadorov, blocker save, transition, hiccups. Corey Perry tees one up. Slapper from the dot. Swayman well out. Takes that one up high off the right blocker. And then just kind of a broken play. Spinorama backhanded by Byfield through traffic. The body's all over the place. Muscling the puck ahead. Here's Fiala. Coughed up as Hustadinov stayed with him. Kuemper hacked it out. Glove down by Zadorov. Back on side is Steves. Enters. Up high. Geeky. He scores! That sound you heard was a boom from the high slot. He ripped one by Kuemper. Bruins 1, Kings nothing. Just a second, third effort shift all the way around. Boston just dogging the puck. Anytime LA thought they had possession, were going to get out of their own zone or make a play in center ice, the Bruins just stayed with it. They gap up in the neutral zone. They spread it out. Steve gets open, and look at the positioning and the communication between Geeky and Steves. I'm shot ready. I'm expecting the pass. Put it in my wheelhouse. I can score from distance, and that is an absolute bullet. Blocker side. Across, here it comes. Swayman the glove save. There's a rebound available. Back of the net now. The Kings have it. 15 seconds left in the kill. Here's LaFerriere. Clark across. Here it comes. Blocked. Steves gave himself up. Now Zadorov knocked his guy down into the slot. The shot fired. Swayman a glove save. It's Aspero exits the sin bin. Another fantastic kill by the Bruins. Geeky carries it in. Bruins can't get it up top. Look out here. You got a 2-on-1. Lindholm is back. It's Moore. Left circle. Shoots. Swayman the save. Rebound. They score. Joel Armia's
third shorthanded goal of the year. Knots the game at 1.
You turn the puck over once in the Byfield one-on-one against Lindholm, and you're able to handle that. Now you turn the puck over again. I understand you're trying to get that knockout punch, go up 2 with your power play, but you can't give up multiple opportunities. I know the one-on-one wouldn't count as a multiple opportunity, but you can't allow the 2-on-1 in that situation. Good save by Swayman, but it's a purposeful shot. If I don't beat you low glove, I'm going to get something off that pad. Maybe Amir gets an opportunity, and he does, and he chips it in on his backhand.
Peak at the red line. He'll drill it in. Pasternak stopped it. And then it's grabbed by LA with the Bruins changing. Somebody's lost both gloves and a stick.
Byfield, I think, got cut, so he's getting rid of everything, heading down the runway.
That's a key piece here with just under 4 minutes remaining. Armia got off a shot, and Swayman slides over to stop that one. Close call. Here's Steves. Pulls up to the slot. Zaka shoots just wide with 10. And this puck pops back into the Bruins zone. Peak's going to settle it. And each team will pick up a hard-earned point. We'll see who's going to get the second one. With Byfield loses his footing. Zadorov stays with it. Ripped it out to center ice. Pasternak grabs it. Pasternak, Geeky, shoots. He scores! Morgan Geeky ripped one from the right circle. He blew it by Darcy Kuemper, who has something to say to the Bruins bench. The Bruins victorious in overtime. Morgan Geeky with both tonight here in Los Angeles.
What an entertaining overtime 3-on-3. Everything you wanted to live up to and what it's designed for. It pays off, and it pays off for the Bruins. And Morgan Geeky stays white hot. Great defensive play by Zadorov against Byfield. And he just forces the puck up the ice because he knows Pasternak's up there. And then he just lets it fly. You can see that little leg kick there by Kuemper at Pasternak for no reason. But right from the opening draw of OT, entertainment, chances both ways. Looked like Hustadinov was going to have a breakaway after the steal by Kuemper on Minton. And it was just one opportunity maybe gone by the board. Another opportunity that was there. Saves that were necessary. Opportunities, good ideas, good regroups, good effort. And then a great finishing shot on the game winner by Morgan Geeky.